Well, tourism is our business in the Bahamas, and each year the Ministry of Tourism spends millions of dollars to promote it, tweak it, and draw more tourists to our destination. Well, tonight we're going to learn about a new aspect of tourism. It's called community-based tourism, and joining us to talk about it, Janet Johnson, the CEO and Executive Director of the Tourism Development Board, and she joins Vikneswaran Nair, who is the Dean of Graduate Studies and Research at the University of the Bahamas. Good evening to you both.
Good evening.
Community-based tourism, what does that mean? Ms. Johnson, I'll start with you.
Well, it's a very exciting concept that's taken hold in Southeast Asia. And when I first met Dr. Vic, and he told me about his toolkit, which he'll explain, I was very, very excited because there are things that we've been doing in the Bahamas that we may know by another name. People to people, for one thing. So there are examples that we can point to. There are things that are going on in our country that we're working on that are community-based tourism, but it hasn't been formalized. And so with this new toolkit that Dr. Vic is going to introduce, we hope to be able to formalize it more and to get more people on board and involved with community-based tourism, because this is the new phenomenon. This is the way to go.
Well, Dr. Vic, tell me about the nuts and bolts of the program and how it translates into money.
If you look at the program that in fact we are rolling out tomorrow, the pre-workshop that we are running, we are trying to introduce a toolkit to help the community, to guide the community to take a step-by-step approach in preparing themselves, in developing their program, and in sustaining, because quite often we have seen a lot of these programs do not sustain. So how can we sustain this program? So this toolkit will actually help the community to take a step-by-step approach, and we hope to run a full program come in fall. So what's happening tomorrow, in fact, at the workshop at the University of the Bahamas Graduate Center at 8:30 a.m. is a preview of this program, a preview of this toolkit. So we do hope to get support from all the stakeholders to give us the input to ensure that this toolkit is workable in the Bahamas, because what we have adopted is the toolkit that I've worked on over the last 15 years in Southeast Asia. So we need to tweak the toolkit to ensure that it works in the Bahamas. So we do hope to have this program running very soon.
And the idea is to create a tourism-based business/attraction that members of the community can share in and profit from. You gave the example, as we talked off camera, about the swimming pigs in Exuma.
Yes. If you know the story of the swimming pigs in Exuma, the original swimming pigs, they were put on the island to feed the community in Staniel Key in 1992. And since then, obviously, a number of people have added to the population of pigs. And so the whole community feels that they have ownership of the pigs. And so what I'm trying to do is to get them to think about putting together a foundation where the money that they're paid for the tour will go into the fund. At the end of the year, they'll look to see what projects are required in the community that they can pay for themselves so that it's self-sustaining. And then they will, split the dividends between members of the community. So that's community tourism on that level. And the other aspect, we have a community that's going to be turning into a cruise port in Bimini at the end of the year. And so we're working with the community, members of the community, people who are in business, entrepreneurs, to try and help them to scale, help them to see what the opportunities are, help them to move along in their process of starting a new business. And we're very pleased that Dr. Nick Vic is here, that he's going to help us to formalize this and to give people a lot of hope through this community-based tourism. So we're very, very pleased to have him here in the Bahamas.
Thank you very much, and thanks so much for sharing with us. It should be interesting for all of those tourism practitioners to take their businesses to the next level. Janet Johnson, the Tourism Board, and Vikna, I knew I was going to mess it up at one point, Vigneswaran Nair of the University of the Bahamas. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Our pleasure.